Hi, this is Randy. Welcome to my channel. Glad to have you here today. God is a good God. This is another day that the Lord has made. Rejoice and be happy in it. Before we get into the teaching, I wanted to ask you if you would please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up or make a comment. These are things that will help me get to a certain level, and then when I get to that level, they'll start offering my video to people. And so I could really use help. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed. We're going to get into it now, and this is I'm going to be talking about what is your treasure in life. What do you treasure in life? What is your treasure? Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Whatever you love is what you're going to do. And if you're a lover of certain things, you may love to do them every day. It depends on what it is. But you can't put anything ahead of God. God has to be first in your life. All right? God has to be first in your life. Where is your treasure at? Whatever your treasure is, it's the thing that controls you the most. I had a man one time say to me, I give a lot of money to the church. I go every Sunday. I feel like I give God enough of my time and my finances. You're a minister. What do you think? And I casually knew the guy. He was not a close friend of mine, so I didn't know everything about him. I just casually knew him. So I said to him, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you get your checkbook down, take a look at it, and it'll tell you probably where your treasure's at. He said, oh, you don't think I give enough money to the church? I said, I never said that. I'm not saying, I don't know what you give. I don't even know where you go to church, so take it easy, time out. I said, all I'm telling you is, I'm not talking about you giving everything you own to the Lord. Give everything to the church. Pay double tithes or more than what you want to pay and all this. I'm not talking about that. But I said, I'm a car man. I love cars. Have all my life. I've owned 44 personal cars. Plus I've driven 25,000 cars in my life, being in the car business for 25 years. I appraised cars every day. I went to auto auctions in St. Louis, Columbia, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Indianapolis, Indiana, and others. And I was going to the auction three times a week, buying cars and then going back and appraising cars. And I love cars, always have. I own an 84 Dodge Rampage truck. I take it to car shows. I've won, 12 or 15 first place trophies and done well with it. And then I sit underneath a tent and get to visit with my friends. People ask me about my truck. They've never seen one, how many they build, how long were they out, etc., etc. I have fun. But that doesn't consume my life. It's part of my life, but it's not my life. And I was trying to tell him, if you look in your checkbook and you buy this for your car, you buy that for your car, you buy this accessory, you buy that accessory, you go here, you go there, you make a trip, if you're doing everything, that's what's consuming you. So you have to put God first in your life. I loved working in the car business, and I loved appraising cars and meeting people. But I tell you what, God was first in my life, and the car business had to be put further down. God first, family second, then I come in and do that. I love talking to people about the Lord. Why not? What is the most important thing in your life? What consumes you? What do you follow all the time? Is it, I love sports. Baseball and football are my two sports I really love. I'll follow a little college basketball, but I'm not a pro basketball guy, never have. It wasn't big in St. Louis. They had two pro teams. Both of them moved away. One to Atlanta, the Atlanta Hawks, and the other one was the Spirit. It was a different league, and they folded after a few years. So I played basketball in school. I was on a basketball team. I was in a basketball team not at school in high school, but I played for a recreation center. They had a recreation league, and I loved playing basketball, but it didn't consume me. It didn't consume me. I wanted to be at church playing my drums. That's when I felt the most satisfied and the most happy. I played the drums for 60 years and I love playing them. And so we need to realize that whatever controls your life, whatever you go after, whatever you pursue, whatever takes the most of your time, that is where your treasure's at. And if God's not in that equation, then your life's out of sync. It's not in sync because God has to be the most important thing in your life. He has to come first. Then everything else comes after that. You know, your family, your friends and relatives, your friends, and then after that, whatever it is. To me, my truck, I take to car shows, and my truck I drive, I got a Ram truck, 2018, and I got my 84 Ram, and I don't need anything else. Those two things take enough of my time. I love being in them, driving them. I love driving my truck. Just go take a ride, park in a place with nothing but trees and greenery, and sit there and just enjoy the day, because God is first in my life. I don't put anything ahead of God. So we need to realize that if you like other things that's more important to you than God is, then your life is not right. It's not in sync. You got to put God first and sit down and evaluate your life and say, where's my treasure at? What am I pursuing? All right, what am I pursuing? I had a friend one time, his wife, I know this sounds crazy, but I'll wind up ending it with this. His wife collected purses. She was buying purses all the time. Now, this is before there was the internet, so I don't know how she found them all. But my God, she had a big walk-in closet, probably 10, 12 feet deep and 6 or 8 feet wide, and then 5 or 6 shelves up this way, purses. She was always pursuing purses. You run into her, and I'll call her Debbie. That's my wife's name, but that's not the lady's name. She's deceased anyway, but I'm not going to use her name. And I said, Debbie, what in the world are you doing with all those purses? Oh, God, I just love purses. You know, I'm always looking for them. She goes to yard sales, estate sales. She was running, somebody gave her a lead, so-and-so's wife passed away. She'd be there trying to look at the purses, see if she wanted one or two or whatever, and it just consumed her. She was constantly circling stuff in the paper, running. I told my buddy, I said, guys, what else your wife do besides the purse deal? And he goes, if I want to be with her, I got to go to yard sales, I got to go to auctions, I got to go to estate sales. We run around and look at used stores that sell used stuff and all this. He goes, it's really hard to get her to go anywhere. I'd like her to go to the lake with me and go do some fishing, but she's always running after. That's what was her treasure. She loved purses almost as much probably of her husband from the way he talked to me. So whatever consumes your life is what's most important to you, because where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So try to put your heart on God. Try to make him first in your life, and then you can have hobbies. You can own a collector truck like me and take it around to car shows and have fun and talk to people, see old friends, and have a good time. But that's, one day here and there. It's not every day. It doesn't consume me. And you shouldn't be consumed by other things. Put God first. Because, let's read the verse and we're closing. Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Let me close in saying this. Where's your heart at? Where's your heart at? Because wherever your heart's at, that's where your treasure's at. Put God first. I love you. God loves you. Thank you for your time. This time, till next time, don't forget to subscribe and help me out. Give me a thumbs up. I love you. God loves you. Have a wonderful day.